I will show you how to make the dry yogurt, but just so you know, the first time you make it, you're opening a portal through which you must enter and start your new life. Now, one dry yogurt bowl, please, and make it snappy.
It's not even up to discussion. The recipe of 2025 so far is the dry yogurt. These dry yogurt videos have been everywhere, especially this girl that does these very strange voiceovers. She uses a 5% Greek yogurt, but I actually couldn't find the exact same brand, but I'm using I don't know. I'm gonna do 2 different colors, and I'm just gonna follow the girl's recipe, which her videos are very strange. I was like, I don't know if I like it. It's like a cursed subliminal video. I'm doing 2 different colors. I'm gonna do pink and blue. She actually has a few different recipes, but most of them is kind of the same procedure, which is yogurt and then some honey. And this is what makes it fun, which is the food coloring. So this one's gonna be blue and this one's gonna be pink. Okay, so let's start with the blue one. I'm just gonna mix it. I mean, that's literally all she does. This is what it's giving. It's giving toothpaste at the moment. So this looks good to me. Obviously, this is going to lose its water content. I'm not entirely sure why this is even a thing. I've never eaten yogurt and thought, I wish it was drier. I thought I wish it was frozen if I'm craving frozen yogurt, but drier. So this is it. Once it looks like Pepto-Bismol souffle, that's basically it. In some videos, she uses a cheesecloth, which is what I bought from Walmart. This was $3. In some videos, she uses just a kitchen towel. So even if you only have like a kitchen cloth, I think you can use it. It'll be fine. You need 2 bowls, paper towels, and I think we're gonna put it in the bottom. This is going to absorb all the liquid from the yogurt. How much cheesecloth did they give me? This is like a lot, right? I'm gonna have the pyramids knocking on my door. So cheesecloth goes here. It's got the paper underneath to catch all the liquids. I kind of want like a cotton candy effect, so I'm gonna do pink on one side. So we got pink on one side and then blue on the other side. So I'm gonna add the blue. So this is it. That is wrapped in our cheesecloth. You see the pink and the blue. I don't think she ever explains this part, but I'm going to assume we wrap this as well as we can. And then we're going to use another bowl and put it on top and squish. That feels wrong. My yogurt is coming out through the holes. Are we sure about this? Okay. I think this is what's supposed to happen. This is what we have at the moment. This is like when your mom says, we've got dry yogurt at home. The dry yogurt at home. I feel like I'm milking a unicorn. This is so goofy. But it is working. If you squeeze too much, it starts coming out through the holes. You do not want that to happen. That is dry yogurt. So I think we're done. I'm gonna wrap this in paper towels. And then I'm gonna put this on top. Maybe we need something heavy on top. How about 2 of these? No, that's not heavy enough. We need something heavier. A can of pinto beans and a can of diced tomatoes. You know what? That's perfect. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge. In a couple of hours, that's how long I'm willing to wait. This is going to become the viral dry yogurt. It's been a few hours, and yes, I put the pinto beans in the fridge. I hope this has worked. Wait, why is mine flat like a pancake? This is all very wet, so I think clearly something has worked here. Look, all the moisture is in here. Look at this. Oh. It's maybe too dry. Look, it's so dry, there's crumbs of yogurt. I cannot believe I doubted this girl for a second. A ball of dry yogurt. You can hold it and move it around. This looks kind of hilarious, but that is our dry yogurt. So this girl also makes a crunchy shell for the yogurt, so I really want to make it because I can trust this girl. So we're going to make a crunchy shell for our dry yogurt. Brand new sentence.
The shell requires only 2 ingredients: a small amount of coconut oil and chocolate. You need to make this yogurt at your home immediately.
She uses white chocolate and a little bit of coconut oil to make the crunchy shell, but I'm using butter, but it's the same. So these are some vanilla flavored baking chips. To this, I'm gonna add a little bit of butter. I don't know, maybe like a teaspoon, maybe 1.5 teaspoons at most. And then I'm gonna put this in the microwave, 10 seconds, stop. 10 seconds, stop. You know the drill. White chocolate is not to be played with. I'm also gonna add a little bit of blue food coloring. So here's our forbidden blue soup. I think we did it. We've done our big one. Oh no, it's going grainy because of the food coloring. So I'm gonna do a little bit of canola oil to emulsify the whole thing. I added a little bit of canola oil to it, and it kind of helped with blending the food coloring, which is difficult to blend with white chocolate. Let's start with this amount. Oh my god, that's gonna be a little bit too much, but maybe not. It kind of does stick to it. If everything goes according to plan, this will melt down and it will be like a crunchy topping for our dry yogurt. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for, let's say 20 minutes. I think it's enough to make this go crunchy. Here we've got our dry yogurt that is now fully solidified. Listen to this. So let's find out. Oh, it's cracking. So the crunchy shell kind of worked out perfectly. It's also really delicious. And inside, we've got our pink and blue dry yogurt. Let's go. I love the crunchy outside. Oh, I fully get it. It's literally exactly like ice cream. Look at this. It's like non-melting ice cream. Look. But it's yogurt. This is healthy. It's high protein. It's so creamy. It coats your mouth in a very strange, satisfying way. You know when you eat a spoon of peanut butter and it's like sticky, sticks to everything? It's the exact same feeling, but the flavor is of yogurt. The crunchy shell is non-negotiable. It's very healthy tasting, so you really do need that little bit of sugar to kind of bring this and make this something special. Look at that. The shell and then fluffy on the inside. It's so dry, I can literally eat it with my hands. So just an FYI, I made one just using like a kitchen cloth. It still works, look. It's actually pretty similar to the other one. So you can just squish it together and you will get the same result without the cheesecloth. 18 million views, these peanut rice cakes. First thing I'm gonna do is we're going to microwave the peanut butter because it needs to be melted so that it sticks to the rice cakes. I think this will be enough for now. So this is the peanut butter that I'm going to melt. And these are the rice cakes that I'm using. And they're also quite thick, which I think will make this a little bit easier. You see, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a chopstick because a chopstick has a sharper side. So I'm going to use the sharp side to basically insert. Let's try this again. Yeah, that will do. So my peanut butter is now melted nicely. So it's nice and liquidy. And I'm just going to dip the rice cakes in it. I'm going to use a spoon for this because look at that, it's so much easier. This part is a lot of fun. It's sliding on the stick. So I really don't want to move this too much. Oh my god. So I'm gonna put this on the peanuts. Oh my god. This is messy and satisfying at the same time. And if you're happy with the amount of peanuts, and you can really go crazy, look at this. I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna put it on a parchment paper. This is so much fun. And then into the peanuts, I'm gonna use my hands to kind of cover this side. And it kind of works always. Like there's no right or wrong amount. So I'm gonna put this on the baking tray and that's it. Once you have both of them on the baking tray, it kind of looks like this. And I'm gonna put this in the freezer. I'm not sure if this is mentioned in the video, but there's no other way for this to solidify. In order for me to dip this into chocolate, this has to be frozen. So 15 minutes, I think will be enough. Before I get the peanut butter rice cakes from the freezer, I'm gonna melt this chocolate with a little bit of butter. The butter is just so that it doesn't burn. I'm gonna do like 20 seconds, mix, 20 seconds, mix. It literally took like 40 seconds. It was pretty easy. Hopefully it's not grainy. It could be a little bit more liquidy. I'm gonna use my trick and use just a little bit of canola oil just to maximize our chances of success. And here we've got our peanut butter rice cakes. But look at this side. It does not matter how messy you are, like it stays pretty solid. Oh, this is going to be straight up dessert territory. This cannot be a healthy snack. Look at the... Oh my god. I hope some of it falls off, because otherwise I don't even have enough for one, and that would be crazy. You have to move quite quick, but it's not... It's okay. You know what? This one's done. As long as I get a good one, that's all I care about. And I am going to just cover it like this. You know what? It'll be okay. The back is not going to be perfectly coated, but it's okay. Maybe we'll spread out and it will be fine. It looks pretty damn incredible. Look at this. So this is it from the front and from the back. It looks good from both angles. So I'm gonna put it down and I'm just gonna put this back in the freezer. And here we've got our fully solidified peanut butter chocolate rice cakes. And look at this. Look at the size of this next to my face. It's so big. The fact that it holds on a stick is pretty incredible. Look at this. And it just looks so satisfying. Like this looks like something you'd buy from the store pretty quickly. No actual cooking involved. This one, we struggled. One of the ways you can eat this is remove it from the stick. You essentially cut it into slices. This looks like a candy bar that you bought from the supermarket. I mean, look at that. Isn't that so amazing? Even if it breaks, look at this. It still looks so good. Oh my god, it's so good. It's dangerous. We need to bite into the real thing. You're going to lose your mind. The pairing of the smooth peanut butter with the crunchy chocolate, the crunchy peanuts, rice cake in the center. There's no other level of crunch that does not exist in here. Listen to this. It's insane. You're never going to buy snacks ever again. Listen to the crunch though. This is so good. I actually can't stop eating this. That's a wrap. You know that part of the video where you always want to skip because it's always some type of sponsorship, an ad, a commercial for something? I had an idea on doing exactly the opposite of that. I don't want you to buy anything. I don't want your money. In fact, I want to give you something. With my own money, I purchased an iPad and also an accessory. I need to open it to prove to you that it's real. It's a brand new iPad A16 and the best part is it's in my favorite color. I don't want to get any smudges because I want you to enjoy it brand new. And I also bought you a little case to go with it. Altogether, you're getting this. Like, just imagine putting this in your bag and taking it to school or to work. I'm so tired of sponsored videos, so I thought, what is the opposite of that? Like the video, be subscribed to the YouTube channel, leave a comment down below so I can find you and send you this.
Mexican hot dog, friend. Add your onions, add your jalapenos, and add your tomatoes. Poquito red pepper, poquito chili powder. I'm so happy.
I think this Mexican hot dog trend on TikTok was more in the beginning of the year, but I had it saved on my notes and I just wanted to try it. It kind of starts with a bunch of vegetables in a frying pan. It's a little chaotic, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of... Why is my tomato half real, half fake? I'm just cutting my tomato into like wedges, kind of like salad size. I think I'm not gonna need the entire tomato. And this is where I'm gonna cook my Mexican hot dog, so I'm just gonna put it directly in here. Then we got one onion, and I'm gonna do just half as well. This goes into the pan. The heat comes from jalapeno peppers, which I like, so they kind of use chunks like this. The only thing, I don't want too many of the seeds because this is so spicy. And also, one is more than enough for me. And this is kind of it. So I got the vegetables, then I'm gonna put the hot dogs. So these are just the regular... Even though these are called Mexican hot dogs, I'm not claiming that these are how people make hot dogs in Mexico. It's just the name of the trend. That is a lot of hot dogs per vegetables, but I think it'll be okay. In the video, you saw it. They use so much oil, at least like 1 centimeter of oil. I'm gonna use olive oil to make this at least a little bit healthier. This is the strangest way to cook hot dogs I've ever seen. Like, this is truly strange. But we're gonna cook it and somehow this will make sense. I'm gonna start by increasing the temperature a little bit. Let's make our hot dogs. I mean, I kind of love the look of it, I'm not gonna lie. I love the smell, I love the look. So for spices, I believe they do a little bit of salt, black pepper, red pepper flakes. This is chili powder, and I believe this is one that you need to kind of go crazy with. So we're going to mix this now. It does not smell like hot dogs. It smells like some kind of... It does remind me of Mexican food, this smell, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let this cook a little bit longer, but that is essentially the hot dog part. For the hot dog buns, you saw in the video, I mean, there's no way to go around this. I really have no doubt it's going to taste good, but this amount of butter is kind of criminal. And this is how we're going to apply the butter to them. That is our Mexican hot dog special. This is so crazy, look at this. And I'm being kind of conservative here versus what they've done. This is the recipe. You guys made this viral. Now we gotta try it. I mean, I'm gonna stop here. If I don't stop, my heart will stop. This is how you make Mexican hot dogs. They're basically ready to go in the frying pan, but... Okay, so here goes our Mexican hot dog buns. Amazing. Okay, these are burning. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I gonna cause a fire? Maybe I'm okay with Caucasian hot dogs. And these, pretty much ready as well. I'm gonna give it maybe 5 more minutes and then we're going to basically put the whole thing together. The important thing is they will look good on this side. That actually looks pretty good on this side. Okay, that is exactly what we wanted. I'm gonna say this is pretty much ready for plating. Why are they wet? So I'm gonna slice the hot dog buns, and in the video they topped it with a bunch of different things. I'm just gonna go for cheese. Maybe I'm not gonna slice them all the way. I'm just gonna go a little bit in and stop. The hardest part about the Mexican hot dogs is holding them because there's so much butter that they just slip away. I'm gonna start with a bunch of the vegetables, so tomato, jalapeno pepper. So the tomatoes kind of fall apart. It becomes almost like a sauce. Then I'm gonna grab the sausage. Another hot dog on here. I think when I put the cheese, it might melt a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe it's not hot enough. It's pretty easy because you make everything in a pan and there's no grilling, there's no barbecuing. It's just this. That looks pretty amazing. It's almost like TV commercial level of hot dogs. You can go for even more vegetables on top if you really want to make this look nice. It's a completely new take on a hot dog. Cheers. It reminds me of a Five Guys burger, even though this is a hot dog. It's got flavors that do not go with hot dogs, so your brain is thinking like grilled stuff, like barbecued stuff. To me, this is superior than a plain hot dog, but I don't want to go against the purists and the people who like a plain hot dog. But this to me is better. Like I would never make a hot dog the normal way again.
Half of a cup of boiling water, mini marshmallows, rolled up as tight as possible and cut into 1-inch pieces. Try them out.
This has actually been viral, maybe last year, maybe a few years ago, but this year in 2025, it's truly gone to the next level on TikTok because people found out that if you use sugar-free Starburst gelatin powder, sugar-free marshmallows, this is basically a 0-calorie candy snack. So that's the reason why this has gone viral again. So we're gonna start with the sugar-free powder. This is the Starburst flavor. So that smells so good. When I die, don't put dirt on my grave. I want to be covered in this. Then we need hot water. Specifically, we need half a cup of hot water. So, okay, mix. Anything blue raspberry, you guys know, it is like my weakness. Are we sure it's only half a cup? This is very little. I just looked at the camera and it looks like I'm mixing radioactive juice, but it's 0 calories, so you know, you're gonna die, but you're gonna die skinny. Pick your battles. To this, we're gonna add 1 cup of marshmallows, mini marshmallows. And these are supposed to be sugar-free, but I already had these at home. These are just regular. That's 1 cup. So I'm gonna put that on top of the Jell-O. We're gonna give it a quick mix. This is so silly. Guys, I feel like I'm making inflammation soup. I don't know, this cannot be good for you. This is going to go in the microwave because obviously there's not enough chemicals in this for 30 seconds. And while you wait for these 30 seconds, we are going to spray like a square pan just to make sure nothing sticks to it. Pretty good. Took less than 30 seconds. And now we're gonna mix this in, and this is supposed to actually mix. Why does it smell like beef? I think it's the gelatin. Okay, this is now perfectly smooth. And that is it. Like, we've made 0-calorie candy. Like, that's it? I guess we're just gonna pour this on here. That is super weird. You know that alien from that movie? It looks like we put him in the microwave. The marshmallows start to rise to the top and it creates a white layer on top. So it's becoming lighter and lighter by the second. This is very freaky. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge 1 hour, which is relatively quick. I will show you what it looks like. This texture is fascinating. Look, it became super white on top, but listen to this. It's like a sponge. Okay, we're gonna slice into it. So the way they've done in the video is they cut strips and then they only peeled it off after. Actually, if anything, I could peel off the entire thing in one go. It's kind of the texture of candy, but also of sponge, you know? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a perfect 50-50 split, sponge and then gummy. Look. It's such an interesting texture. Whoever came up with this, may your pillow be cold on every side at night for the eternity of time. I'm going to just roll them up. And what you get is homemade, sugar-free, zero-calorie candy. This was so easy. Honestly, so excited. This is all it takes to give me happiness in life. Look at this. I made that. I'm gonna bite into it. Sour Patch Kids, are you going out of business? This is so much better than any candy you can buy at Walmart. It's softer, it just tastes like a real, it's like a gourmet version of the candy you can find at Walmart. That's what it tastes like, it's softer. And also, we can make this with so many flavors. We could do a rainbow one, tie-dye. And if you use sugar-free everything, 0 calorie. That's literally all it takes. It's so easy to roll up. It is so much fun to make. Let me think of combinations I could do with this. We could make many colors, stack them up. You could do a double one. Imagine biting into this. It's like a pillow. It tastes so good. This and a nice drink. It's an 11 out of 10 and I really hope you try this. This is why these videos are popular.
If you add cucumber, onion, garlic, Greek yogurt, lemon, salt, pepper, olive oil, and chicken breast to a bowl, then shake it, you will get this delicious high-protein cucumber salad.
Maybe every 6 months, there's one salad that goes viral and the whole world just eats it for that period of time. For the first half of 2025, this is the one for me. 14 million views. High expectations for sure. The base of the salad is basically cucumber. So I'm gonna slice the cucumber pretty thin. If you have one of those, a mandolina shredder, use that, but we both know that has not proven very successful for me in the past. I literally have a scar to prove it. I love when I eat a cucumber salad and the cucumber is so thin and then the salad gets in between and it's like the layers, you know, of squishiness. This is like a shake salad, so we're gonna put this into a container that has a lid. I would say this is the base. I think around 1/4 of an onion will be enough. I'm just gonna dice it randomly. I think red onions give you less of a deadly breath, so maybe use that instead. But this is what I have. I'm going overboard with the onion for sure, but I like it. I'm not going in specific order because it doesn't matter because everything's gonna be shaken. So I'm going for the lemon juice now, you know.
Oh my god, that went straight to my eye.
I almost died. I'm gonna use half of a lemon. We're gonna need some garlic as well. I'm using just some pre-minced garlic. I'm going a little heavier with the spices. Then for the chicken breast, I'm using this, I think it's rotisserie chicken. It sounds nice. I've never bought this chicken before. It's like a really high protein salad. It's like 50% chicken. So I'm gonna shred the chicken into smaller pieces because there's nothing worse than eating a salad and just getting half of a chicken breast and you're just like, obviously I haven't tasted it yet, but I love every single ingredient that goes in here. I love how simple it is. I don't think there's a possible way for this to go wrong. This sauce is essentially Greek yogurt. I'm gonna say 2 scoops. Then we have salt and olive oil. If my salad isn't slightly wet, I cannot eat it, so I'm aware, this is crazy. The thing that makes this really special is the fact that you make this in a container where you can shake it. This is the wrong lid. Wait, this is the wrong lid as well. But there's no other option. I'm gonna shake it, but this does not fit into here. Oops. Please do this with something that actually fits. Maybe just needs to be on a beautiful bowl after you're done mixing it. I think that's it. Oh, that's not in the sense that I know it's not the most beautiful, but think of the macros, you know? Actually, I just realized I forgot the ground black pepper. And actually, okay, look at it now. It's all about the presentation in the bowl. Let's give it a try. It's kind of like a Greek salad meets like a chicken salad. You know I think it's called chicken salad. You know that thing that people eat in America, which is chicken with sauce, white sauce? It's like a combination of both. Very delicious. It tastes like a main dish, you know? It's a chicken salad. I had to. I was fighting demons up here. This recipe that you've just watched has 17 million views. How is that even possible? If the world only has 10 million people, how some people have watched it twice? These are the tortilla wraps they use, which is specifically the flour tortillas in the burrito size. So I'm doing exactly the same. And then I've got some butter here. Some of it is soft and some of it is melted. I think the reason why this is an extremely popular recipe, it's because it's easy. And it's because it takes few ingredients. When I first started my YouTube channel, a huge trend at the time, but it used to be microwave recipes, specifically mug cakes and how to make loads of different things in the microwave. I have a feeling that we're going to come back into that again. And this is just one of the first few examples. Tortilla, butter, this is some cinnamon sugar, and we're just gonna sprinkle the cinnamon sugar on top of the butter. I'm gonna say this is good. I have no idea how tight, but I'm gonna say you don't want a lot of space, like air in between, because that's just gonna become empty, you know? So roll it tight. You know what, I'm gonna start in the center. It's easier to figure out how many we can get out of this. So for mine, I think I'm gonna put them on here. I want them quite tight when I put them in the microwave, so I don't want a big container. So in the center, it should look like this. You can see all the butter and cinnamon sugar inside. I am going to press them together, kind of like this. Do you see what I mean? If you leave too much space in between, you get this. So if you've done this correctly, you're gonna get something that looks like this. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look like cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls on a budget, you know? That's kind of what it is. Now I'm gonna use the melted butter. These are supposed to become really soft. You wanna cover them like a Thanksgiving turkey, you know? We're gonna take advantage of the fact that they're still sticky and add more cinnamon sugar on top. Wait, it kind of looks good though. Like, I like the look of it. So this is gonna go in the microwave. I'm not sure if they said for how long, but I'm gonna guess 30 seconds to 1 minute, depending on your microwave. So while this is microwaving, we're actually gonna be working on the glazing, the icing for the cinnamon rolls. This is just some icing sugar. It's just a random amount. I have no idea. And this is some whole milk. I know icing becomes icing really quick. Cinnamon rolls are ready, we gotta hurry up. I think this will be enough for the whole thing. I'm also not the biggest fan of icing in general. I don't need much more than this, but this is kind of the consistency. These are covered, swimming in butter. These are our cinnamon rolls. They're swimming in butter. Look at that, it's literally dripping. I might need to get some butter out, guys. Right into my scrub daddy. My scrub daddy is like, I have high cholesterol. Please stop this madness. We're going to use the icing on top. Okay, wait a second. I am converted. It really tricks your sensory receptors into thinking that this is cinnamon rolls for real. Except it's not. This is a 30-second cinnamon roll, which I think is crazy. Like, how is that even possible? Yes, it is drenched in butter. There's nothing I can do. I'm not even joking. This is better than a cinnamon roll. A good cinnamon roll is superior, obviously, but an average cinnamon roll, this is superior. It is so nice. It tastes like real. It tastes like you're eating a cinnamon roll. You'll only know once you try it. My challenge for you, go try this if you have the ingredients, and then come back to the comment section. If you try this, please come back to the comment section. It's the one thing I'm asking you. Just let people know in the comment section.
I loved getting onion rings at my dad's diner. Now that I'm slightly older, I make these low-carb, 2-ingredient crispy onion ring chips instead.
I'm very excited because this only takes 2 ingredients. I mean, a little bit more, but essentially you can do this with 2 ingredients. This recipe actually started going viral in the low-carb keto side of TikTok. Eventually this became really popular a couple months ago, which is essentially just onion and Parmesan cheese. That's it. First thing I'm gonna need to do is slice them quite thin. So you can use... This might be too thin. I didn't realize the part I was gonna struggle with is the most basic part. Okay, this is pretty good. I would say this kind of thickness. This takes so much surface area. You probably don't even need a full onion for this whole recipe, which is crazy. Oh my god, that was so lucky. I felt the blade. Thank you. I feel like I just received an extra limb. Okay, I think we're done because I can't stop crying now. The most important thing for this recipe is that everything is super flat. So don't pile stuff because it's not gonna work. It's gonna become soggy. So I'm using some Parmesan cheese. This one is already pre-shredded and I'm gonna lie it flat. Be a little bit more. And then I'm gonna grab the onions. We're supposed to leave them like this. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot more than this. Never mind. Okay, I'm gonna need one more onion, I think, because look, there's so much surface area. Okay, the oven is ready. So in total, you actually do need 2 onions if you want to fill up like a full tray. For my spices, I'm gonna go with chili powder, classic with some garlic, and obviously some salt and pepper. But obviously this part is optional. Like if you want to make this, I don't know, healthier or bland. I'm gonna bake them until they're golden. I'm gonna start at like 375. I'm guessing like between 20 to 25 minutes. And here we've got our low carb, I wouldn't say onion rings. It looks like they could be a little bit more color in certain parts, but the thing is, this is so crispy. So I had to stop. I had to say enough. This is gonna be so satisfying. Look at this. This is crazy. You can just tear it apart like a potato chip, except it's low carb. There's literally no carbs in here. So easy to grab, but does it taste good? It tastes incredible. There's still a little bit of crunch in the onion. It's not fully like cooked and turned into mush. I love this. This is better than an onion ring. You could even dip this into something. There's enough structure, not ideal, but there's enough structure. I am 100% subscribed to this being a replacement for onion rings. I think it's better.
This is by far one of the best appetizers I've ever eaten, ever made, ever served. People go crazy for it. It's 4 ingredients.
Yet again, this is another one that falls under the category of it is so crazy. It sounds like it's not gonna work, like using pancake syrup. It just has to work. So I'm gonna guess how much we need. I'm gonna guess this much. So I'm gonna try to slice it kind of how they done in the video. It was thick but not too thick. Kind of like this thickness. I think this will be perfect. And this is meant to be eaten at a party. This is like a good amount to grab. It doesn't matter because this is American cuisine, clearly, with the pancake syrup. So this goes in the pan. We fit all the bread in here. I'm gonna add the butter already. Is this too much? No, that might not even be enough. And then the pancake syrup, I'm gonna add it after the butter is melted because otherwise this is going to burn. Maybe a little bit more butter. I'm gonna grab my pancake syrup and my frying pan and we're going to make something that is going to horrify my ancestors. I mean, it's quite a lot of butter, but it kind of looks like the same as in the video, right? To this, I'm gonna add my pancake syrup. This is so crazy. That's what I said was gonna happen. It smells like an IHOP restaurant. Can't put this fast enough. I have no idea what happened to all the butter and the pancake syrup because it's fully absorbed into the bread, which is, I think, what it's meant to happen. Cooking more aggressively now. I think this is ready. Look, do you see? How did we make bread look like pancake? You know, every single one of them looks pretty damn good. And it also doesn't look like bread anymore. It looks like pancakes. All we did was this sugar-free pancake syrup. This is one of the most interesting things I think I've ever cooked because this is what it looks like. But it smells like American breakfast. Like a sweet, artificial smell to it. And I think it's because my pancake syrup is sugar-free. This is supposed to be fancy party food. So I'm going to slice some brie to go on top of it. We've recently made a video in which we used brie with nerds clusters, and that was interesting. This is more interesting. This is our appetizer that we made. 3 ingredients. Let's give it a try. That's a new flavor. It's so good. It is sweet, salty. It tastes like milk. That is the best pairing I've ever had with cheese, ever. You do not pick up on pancake syrup? I'm losing my mind. This is my favorite thing in this whole video. I want you to think of pancake, French toast, brie cheese, a glass of fresh cream, melting butter. That's the notes in here. It's so interesting. It's so good. You would not be able to stop eating this. Listen to the crunch. Crazy. I don't even think this is as popular as it should be.
If you want to support your gut health, try this for breakfast. Not only are stewed apples easier to digest, feeding the beneficial bacteria in your gut.
In this moment in time when I'm filming this video, this is the recipe of the year. Obviously, we still got 6 months left, and that's why I wanted to split things. But so far, this is like the biggest cultural moment in the food side of social media, which is really stupid because it's something as simple as stewed apples. Apparently, a lot of people have trouble how do I say this? Going to the toilet, being regular, keeping up their fiber levels. So apparently there is something magical that happens when you eat stewed apples. It makes people feel great. It makes them be able to go to the toilet. So there's a general recipe that everybody is following. There's a million videos on this. I can't even find who was the first person. So apparently it's something to do with some type of fiber, and that fiber is apparently difficult to get in regular food. So we're gonna give it a try. Oops. Don't do this on a plate. This is stupid. I'm only gonna make one apple. I don't need more than this. So the general recipe is to cube up the apples, and then obviously you can add it to like different stuff. You can add it to yogurt. Some people just eat it as it is. You know, that makes sense. So kind of something that looks like this, maybe even smaller if you can. So I'm gonna add them to like a cooking pot. Obviously you can make ×3 or ×4. This is an amount just to test it out. So there's a couple more things that people usually do. One of them is adding honey. I'm assuming this is for like sweetness, for flavor. Cornstarch, and this is what's going to collect the juices from the apple, like all those fibers that you need, carry them all the way to the pipe cleaning, you know, to the gutter. I don't think there's an official amount. And that's it. So we're gonna cook this. Because we're doing such a small amount, I have a feeling this is gonna go a lot faster than we're thinking. It doesn't look watery like in the video, so I'm actually gonna add a little bit of water. I think this might have to do with the type of apple that I'm using. So just a little bit. Okay, that looks a lot better. So keep in mind that you might have to do this if your apples are very dry. I believe they also add some cinnamon, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay, but why does it look like 3D rendered food? I think we're finally there. You see how like the sauce has basically disappeared? Look how shiny and glossy they look. I think that's what it's supposed to look like. So I'm gonna transfer it to a mason jar because that feels appropriate. We gotta play medieval music for this part. Stewing the apples right before milking the cows. Here we've got our stewed apples. This is the recipe of the year. This is the one everybody's talking about. My mom is gonna be like, I was on this trend 20 years ago. They are soft. I will say it's a really nice consistency. I had to add a little bit more water. I just had a life-altering deja vu as I'm filming this video. That was really weird. It's a really good consistency, so I'll give it a try. I don't like it. And the reason why I don't like it is because my mom makes these baked in the oven since I was a kid. I never liked them. I don't like the flavor the apple gets when it's cooked. I understand why this is popular because people need to poop, you know, and this is why this is popular. It had to be in the video. I'm sorry it's uncomfortable to talk about this, but it's real. Stewed apples, not for me, possibly for you. And those of you who need it, you know who you are. Nothing to be ashamed of. Cheers. It's not for me. I really don't like this. As of right now, this video has 18 million views. I think this will be 2025's version of the tomato feta pasta bake. This time around, they used the Boursin cheese. This is one of those ingredients that it's something that always exists in the fridge, but I've never tried it. It comes so interestingly wrapped, but it's a garlic and herb kind of cheese. Like it's almost like a feta cheese, I think. Or a cream cheese maybe even. So that goes in the center. That is the star of our bake. On one of the sides, we're gonna put spinach. And you know, spinach is very dramatic when you first put it in because there's so much of it. This will become like nothing. Then we got some cherry tomatoes. This is supposed to go on top of the spinach. I want them to go on top to see if they burst a little bit in the oven. Then we got some garlic. Generous about it, you already know. And these are some capers. I honestly remember the first time I tried capers, not even that long ago, which makes me seem very uncultured. But they're kind of like olives, but tiny. I'm gonna be generous with the capers. Then I've got some salmon. This is fresh, not frozen. So I think I'm doing a little bit too much. That is a giant fish bone. I almost died. Can't believe I almost died today. Now I don't trust this meal. So I'm gonna just squish it here on the side. By the way, somebody who works in a fish place told me in the comments in one of my videos that every time you eat salmon, there are like tiny worms in there. We're just okay with it, that it gets cooked in the oven. But the worms, they are in there. Sorry for the dramatic lore. If I know it and I have to go through life knowing this, so do you. The only thing I feel like it should be on here would be some olive oil on top of the salmon, but the salmon is already so fatty that once it starts cooking, it will moisturize itself. It was easy, it looks fresh, it looks delicious. I think is a great look. I'm gonna say 20 minutes. That'll be more than enough. Here we've got our pasta bake. Okay, this looks pretty good. I mean, the spinach looks dead. The fun part is that now we get to mix everything. Oh, look at the cheese. So we're gonna mix everything. I'm gonna break the fish, cheese, the tomatoes, which are very scary because they will explode on you. Saucy but not too liquidy that it's like kind of gross. It smells really delicious. This will be a great dinner for me. This is the kind of stuff that I would 100% eat 7 times on the same week. So on the video they actually eat this with pasta. We're not going to do that just because I just want to try it as it is. But obviously this makes more sense if you eat it with pasta. Pretty easy, and I'll show you what it looks like up close. This is kind of the consistency you get. It's creamy, it's almost like a spinach dip. I am going to plate this on here and hopefully no fish bones. I love the creaminess that this cheese adds. To me, it's like the perfect amount of everything. It's pretty incredible that you made this in one tray. Like that's it. And also let me make sure there's no fish bones in here. That is even better than a feta bake. And I really mean that. And I've made that one a lot because the cheese already has flavor to it. So there's such a nice, cozy herbs, like Italian seasoning almost to it. Pretty damn incredible. There's nothing I would change about this. To me, this is a perfect weekday dinner. Honestly, I would eat this any day and I would be pretty damn happy.
This is an heirloom tomato flight.
This is the single most amount of ingredients I have ever had on display for a recipe. This is insane. I had to write down all the ingredients because this is crazy. So this recipe is called the Heirloom Tomato Flight. I'm surprised this is really popular because in this current economy, the amount of ingredients in this is insane. It's like we're talking 30 different expensive ingredients. First thing you need is a heirloom tomato. I didn't even know that was a type of tomato. I'm gonna use what I have. Basically, we're creating 6 different moments out of one tomato. I kind of like that part. We need 1 perfect slice. Okay, that kind of worked out. 2. Maybe I was being a hater too early because this is actually working out. 3. I'm gonna be nice because I don't want to drag this creator. I have no idea what kind of content they make. You know when food is like kind of pretentious? I fight demons in my head. So it's like a journey in tomato slices. First one we need mozzarella, basil, olive oil, and balsamic reduction. I'm using Great Value mozzarella if it makes anything better. Mozzarella in the bottom. I've literally got a plant for this. Do you know how crazy that is? I had to get a plant. They're like, how fresh is your food? Look at the evidence. How fresh do you think? It's still breathing. So basil on top. Olive oil basically goes on every single one of them. And last, some balsamic reduction. Second one, we start with feta. I guess I'm not the kind of person that has friends to throw a party. For me, this would be really wasteful because I would have all these expiring ingredients at the same time. So if it wasn't for the video, I wouldn't make this. Then we need some olives as well. Look at this, I only need 2 olives. Some olive oil to finish. Then for the next one, we have burrata. Burrata is not my favorite. Okay, this burrata is more like mozzarella. I don't even eat it and even I know this is not right. Thankfully I had pesto open, so on top of burrata. Like, what is this? And last but not least, olive oil, which doesn't even make sense anymore because it's pesto. It's literally olive oil. Next up, cottage cheese. Okay, I'm happy about this one because I bought some cottage cheese the other day for some recipe. So cottage cheese. This one takes honey as well. I will eat anything covered in honey, honestly. Chili flakes or red pepper flakes. I don't know if there's a difference. This is enough rich. It does not need olive oil on top of everything. Next up, this is when I realized this lady is making it up as she goes. This next one is just lemon. It's just lemon juice, literally. Salt and pepper. And she just goes, lemon zest. Because the lemon was there. Who even enjoys eating lemon zest? It tastes bitter. So this is what it's looking like so far. The very last one is cream cheese. I would like to report a crime to the FBI. Why are we putting Philadelphia on tomato? How are you gonna spread this on tomato? That looks so good. I'm using the hard salami because that's all I had at home. Jalapeno peppers, because why not? At this point, we're throwing anything in there. Nothing about these combinations makes sense. And guess the last ingredient. I'm gonna give you guys 5 seconds. It's olive oil. When in doubt, olive oil. And that's our tomato flight. So if you follow this correctly, you will get this, which is a heirloom tomato. I'm gonna try it. I made it. Surprisingly, it holds very, very well. So we gotta give credit where it's due. Wait, maybe we need to let her cook. Let her cook. This is so good. That was a good combination. Feta and black olives. Oh my god, that is so good. So this one is burrata and pesto. This is something that I don't usually love, burrata. I thought it would fall apart, but it holds pretty well. I don't like this one too much. There's not enough flavor. Cottage cheese and honey. This one is a little sweetness. I actually don't like the last two. This one is just lemon. This is when she ran out of ideas. Ooh, that's my favorite one. Oh my god, I'm such a loser. Why am I hateful? This one is so good. That tastes like tahini. This one is salami and cream cheese. That's kind of nice. I like the salami in it. Actually, I don't. I don't really get this one. I love 3 of them, and I'm not the biggest fan of 3 of them. So if you're in the tax bracket to randomly make this on a random day, congratulations. It doesn't make sense, but if you're having a party, I can see that. Then you can use all the ingredients and make 200 of these. That's probably how the creator also meant it, so mid-slay. I gotta come clean about something. So when I was planning this video, I was like, okay, I need to get potato chips. And then I thought, no, I've got plenty of potato chips at home. I'll just use whatever I've got at home. And then I went to check what kind of potato chips I have at home. Pizza Party potato chips. A blend of cheese, garlic, pizza sauce, and pepperoni seasoned potato chips. So I was gonna lie to you and just use them and not tell you the flavor, but what's gonna happen? Are you gonna arrest me? Are you gonna come to my house and take me to potato chip wrong flavor jail? We can all live through this. I'm just gonna use these Pizza Party potato chips, which by the way, I'll give you a quick review. This tastes like regular potato chips with a hint of paprika. That's it. So these are charcuterie board potato chips. The reason why I really wanted to make this video is because there's usually so many recipes that at the end of the year, every year I make this video. Sometimes there's just too many. Then we need some prosciutto. Obviously this is my culture and I don't know how to pronounce this, you know? So 1, 2, okay, let's do 3 because this is really thin. What is not part of the culture is removing the fat from the prosciutto, but that's what I'm gonna do because I didn't like it when I was 5 years old and I still don't like it now. Some of it is fine. 3 slices and pretty thin slices was more than enough to cover most of the surface area. And now we're gonna grab the brie. Okay, the reason why I think this is really clever, this recipe, is because they actually shred the brie. Okay, here's a joke I just came up with. What's another name for shredded brie? Debris. I gotta stop. So I've got my cheese grater and I've got my brie cheese and I am just going to grate this, including the outside of the brie, which is edible. And we all know that. That is perfect. So in the video, they go and they add some slices of brie. This looks a lot better. We've covered enough surface area. So I'm gonna put this in the oven. I'm gonna say 20 minutes. I remember from last year that these don't overcook. For some reason, you can't overcook a potato chip in the oven. Try it. Full transparency, I did cook this at like 400 Fahrenheit, which is very high, but this only took 10 minutes. So the last thing they do is they add some honey on top. It's so hot that the honey's sizzling. Every single bite in here is a good bite. Maybe this one. This is better than having a charcuterie board. I'm being so for real. And I don't know if it's my potato chips being funky flavor, but like there are so many flavors in here. My favorite flavor is actually the Brie cheese. It becomes a lot sweeter. Overall flavor is sweet, which is interesting. I'm gonna say something crazy. Even if you don't like Brie, you're gonna like this. If you give this to 10 people, 9 out of 10 people would probably say this is incredible. It's a crowd pleaser, is what I'm trying to say. Look at that. You have to try this. Do not forget to enter the iPad giveaway. I feel like I'm like your parent telling you, don't miss out on this opportunity. If this goes well, I would love to do more giveaways in the future for different things. So let me know in the comment section also what other items should I do for a giveaway. Keep it realistic. I hope you enjoyed this video. The reason why I wanted to make one of these at 6 months into the year and another one at the end of the year is because last year there were so many. I was fighting trying to keep which ones to include. This feels easier. This feels like it makes more sense. You get a more realistic idea of what's going on in terms of food on social media. I hope that's okay with you. If you liked it, don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe, and switch the notifications on only if you enjoyed the video. If you had a good time, I would really appreciate it. It does help the channel. If you didn't have a good time, I'm sorry. That's it. I love you guys, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.